All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Okay. First, we want to give all honors, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace to Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of the earth, risking your lives and your freedoms as you do so well, not so more than ever. Brother DeWatt from the Detroit Bar Camp.
This is Brother Zion from the Detroit Bar Camp.
God, and I found out about this a couple of days ago about how the country like Finland and Sweden want to join onto NATO. Okay, and Russia is threatening them.
Okay.
All right, so as you read on this article here, it says unity and strength with Finland and Sweden join in NATO. Okay.
Yeah. So man. What we'll do? We're gonna leave this. I'd like to leave this this article in the description box because this looks like a good article. But the moral of the story, right, is that these nations are hating the whore.
That's right.
You have these nations that's joining NATO, right? But Russia has a thing against America, which America is a part of NATO, right? And in process of time, all right, all these nations are going to basically turn against America, which we can get real quick, and because the scriptures speak about those that were Confederate. All right, I believe that's in Obadiah, the first chapter.
And all these countries drunk of the wine of the whore. So they got to go down with the sinking ship.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, here we are. This is Obadiah 1 and verse 7. It reads, "All the men of thy confederacy," all right, so basically all your allies, all right, the NATO union, all right, all those countries are allies one to another, right? Say all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, all right, by way, all right, of NATO and the EU, all right, they're confederate, they're at peace, all right, because the NATO is just that. It's basically a peace agreement, okay, amongst nations that if they have a common enemy, that they're going to war, against that enemy. Yet they won't make war amongst themselves. All right. Reading on, all right, it says, "The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee." All right, showing that in process of time, the hammer of the earth is going to be broken.
That's right.
America is big and bad. They trust in their military. They go right throughout these nations, conquering lands, right? But hey, as the saying go, 1 against 10, man, you can't win, bro. You know what I'm saying? When all these nations come against America, all right, America is not going to be able to defend themselves. Why? Because they're spread too thin.
That's right.
They have armies and garrisons in all these different countries, all right? But yet, these countries, all right, they have the same technology, all right, being the ICBM, all right, technology, the missile technology, right, which is going to, that's going to be basically the fall of Babylon, all right, when they shoot their missiles upon, America. But continuing on, it says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So those that eat the bread, that's basically, drink the wine has joined themselves in terms of dealing with the FRN, for up until this point, to buy, you have the petrodollar, So for those that had wanted to deal with oil, right, they had to convert their currency into FRN, Federal Reserve notes, in order to purchase, all right, said oil. All right, so that's these nations eating that bread, right? But they're all gonna come against America in the near future. Right? That's why articles like this is coming out. You have it day by day, different nations joining NATO. You know, because the Lord is setting the stage, all right, for America to be destroyed. You know, what you wanted? You wanted the Edomite nation. So yeah, what you said, what was that, Matthew?
Yeah, Matthew. Want to say that's chapter 3, and like maybe 21, 19, or 19, something like that. Because like these nations, they failed to realize that it's the Lord doing it.
Right.
All right, making these leaders of these other countries, of these Edomite countries, getting them involved and putting it in their minds. Okay, because Yahweh Shema Shai, He controls all things.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. Yeah. This is Mark 3, and I hit verse 23 just to hit the point. And He called them unto Him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? That's a question.
That's right.
All right. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. All right. So right now we're in the kingdom. We're in Esau's kingdom. All right. And the chief nation being America. All right. But all these NATO nations, they're all Edomite nations for the most part.
That's right.
You know. So the Lord is asking, how can Esau's kingdom stand? All right. If they're fighting one another. You know, that's what's going to be going down. You're going to have Edomite nations, all right, against other Edomite nations or countries.
That's right.
You understand? And that's going to be the fall of Babylon, right? Because like we said, he spread too thin, and basically, he's fighting. He got infight amongst his own self, right? Even Esau, he don't even see eye to eye with other so-called white people. You know, they're divided. You know what I'm saying? You got even today, you know, just with these certain parties, you know, the Democrats, the Republicans, the left wing, right wing, liberals. You know what I'm saying? All you know, you have a nation that's divided. You understand? So it's going to end basically in warfare. You know, it says, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. And that's the point. All right. Edom has an expiration date. His kingdom has an end. All right. He's not going to rule forever as he would think. You know, what's that in Psalms 49:11? You know, basically his house should continue forever.
Every kind.
All right. His house or his kingdom is not going to continue forever. Right? Because it has an end. All right. Esau is the end of the world.
That's right.
Say, right? Jacob is the beginning of it.
That follow it. You know.
So, yeah. I think it was
Isaiah 19:2.
Isaiah.
You know, because that's what time it is right now. You know, Yahweh Shema Shai making Esau fight his own brethren, and himself, and because it's time.
That's right. You can break this down right here. This is Isaiah 19 and verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
And yeah, that's right. You know, even here in Babylon the Great, you got them Edomites that hate each other here. You got like these southern Edomites. They really hate the government of the United States, even here. You know, and because even they talking about rising up against Babylon the Great. Because remember what was that, a year or 2 years ago, where Texas was talking about just getting away from the Union, and the other southern states talked about them backing them up. as well, another kingdom that's fighting itself over there in Ukraine. You got that country Basra helping Ukrainians. Okay? Because they feel like they're going to be next. Okay? You know, because of that BS tomorrow. And and also now you got countries like Sweden and Finland that's joined onto NATO. Okay? And you know, Putin is threatening them now. You know? And so all together, you know, it's just Edomite versus Edomite.
That's right. Right. Just yeah, to bring it all home, yeah, the Egyptians, right? They're the modern day
Pharaoh.
or how I want to say, or I should flip it. Or
modern day Pharaoh.
Yeah, but to add, the so-called white man, he's the modern day Egyptian, rather. Mm-hmm. You know, because the scriptures let you know in Revelation 11 and 8, you know, that basically this place is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt.
That's right.
You know, Sodom for the all that boy on boy, you know, girl on girl stuff. You know what I'm saying? The alphabet community, you know what I'm talking about. Right. And then Egypt for terms of slavery. You know, putting the Israelites in bondage, hardcore slavery. You know? So yeah, the so-called white man, he's a modern day Egyptian. He's gonna turn against himself, right? Because when they say the Egyptian against the Egyptians,
come.
You know. Real quick.
Yeah, I know you wanted to bring something up.
Yeah, this is it's Joel 3. Okay, there you go. This is Joel 3, and let's see, verse 9, and it reads, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into pruning hooks, and your beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say that I am strong." Right. So, you know, Finland, you know, that's not a super strong nation, as well as who was the other one? Switzerland? Sweden. You know, I don't know if their economy is strong, but nonetheless, all right, you see they're joining NATO basically for protection, you know, ultimately. All right, because they see the doom and gloom that's coming. They see it that we're coming into the time of a world war. That's right. So they're trying to join themselves with somebody as, like I say, protection. All right, but at the same time, you have all these nations as a collective. All right, that's putting their money into nuclear technology, right, rather than agriculture. Right, they're putting their money right towards missile defense or missiles in general, because basically you have all these nations that's going to try to defend themselves, and moreover, all right, they're going to use their weaponry, all right, to destroy America. All right, so hey, that what scriptures say, hey, it's a time for everything. That's right. Right now we're in the time of war. Right, that's why you hear the war drums, you know, beating, you know, spiritually. Right, all the news feeds are, you know, concerning, you know, nuclear warfare. Right, that's what, you know, that's why everything is in an uproar. Right, because the Lord, he's stirring the pot, he's stirring this place up, and he's leaving the worst for last. You know, people say the best for last, but no, Esau in Babylon, all right, he's saving the worst for last, right? Because of all the wickedness that has been, you know, what they say, sins have caught up unto heaven, you know, roughly paraphrasing. So this place has to be laid down, man. So hey, the Lord is doing a marvelous work, man. That's right. So hey, as the scriptures say, watch and pray, man, and that's what we're doing. That's right. We staying on our watch. I'm gonna go to the spot. Okay. And we staying on our watch, and we praying, right, for the downfall of our enemies. Lord willing, we be of the, you know, of the number of the elect. That's right. So that's so with that, I want to give honors, glories, praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honors, apostles and elders, great millstone, peace to Akim that's doing this work on the four corners of earth. All right, Shalom. Shalom. Kwam Bakiyan.
Shalom.
Shalom.